Thursday. I am Don't Put Him in the Free Kick Wall, Daniel D. We'll keep going with this. I'm joined here by Pidge and our special guest, Paul MUZZY. Hello, gentlemen. How you doing? You all right?
Good, thank you.
Right, we get straight on to it. Newcastle away. I think it's a tricky game. I personally think 1-1. What do you think, Paul? We'll start off with you, mate, as you're our guest.
Yeah, but both teams have got a bit to prove, really, haven't they? I think that the thing that I'm most worried about, other than losing, of course, is the possibility of Prodal coming back and how he's going to perform. I miss him a lot. And what I don't want is for him to have been rushed back into the squad and to go off with another injury or just any nerves or anything like that. I think we're really missing someone in defence that can hold it all together. Capacelli's been great, but I still don't have the confidence in him like I do with Prodal. So as far as I'm aware, he's the only one that I can think of that's been off injured that is potentially going to be back on Saturday.
Okay.
So that's my biggest concern.
Well, what would you rather do with him? Start as a sub, maybe?
I don't know the behind the scenes. If he's ready, then obviously I want him to play because we've been hemorrhaging goals and in like stupid sort of goals really.
Well,
So I definitely think we've been missing him. If he's ready, I want him back in the squad. I just same with Pereira. I don't know if he's been rushed back in, and Janmat as well. But it seems like they keep coming back in, and they've got 20 minutes in them. They get injured, and it's no good for us. I don't want Prodal to be the same way. So
no. Well, do you think? Well, with Pereira, to be honest with you, I think he should stay on the bench because Will Hughes is near enough. Well, not stamped his mark, but he's taken Pereira's spot in the moment. The last two games, he has been.
Nice position to be in, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
to have a choice of midfielders for a change, rather than just replacing one crap midfielder with another one. That's why Silva gets paid the money, I suppose. He's the one to make those decisions. But yeah, Will Hughes has done nothing wrong at all to justify being put back onto the bench or taken out of the team. It's going to be a difficult decision to decide who's going in the midfield with him.
Yeah, I see you put Paul with their captains out, which is a very good thing. Yeah, that's excellent for Watford.
That is a boost.
Apparently
he's out, and
he's out, which is superb for us. Because he's probably is one of their best players.
He's captain, so
he's an excellent player, and for them to have him missing, that's just a bonus for us.
I don't know much about him from before he joined Newcastle, but he's the only person that's really stood out. I've been impressed with. Gale's a nice, exciting striker.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
but whether he's scary for our defence, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
really.
he's one of them.
He's one for the future, I think. And if he's managed well, I think he could be quite a good player. But yeah, I don't think he scares defence at the moment.
Not in the Premier League, you don't. Championship, he's a good striker. Yeah. You guarantee he'll get 20+ goals in the Championship.
Yeah.
He's more of a poacher, isn't he, Gale, for me? He's more than the ball's bouncing about here.
You need an Akaka sort of player, like I still think with Gray, you need someone to work off of Gray to really bring out Gray's potential.
Yeah, no.
Gray did well against West Ham, one of the best. He put in a shift.
Well,
there's a lot of stick.
I think he was getting a bit more of the ball, and it was working when he was turning them. He weren't trying to play the offside trap so much, was he? He was more coming in that game. He looked a bit better, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of Gray, so
I've always defended his work rate.
Yeah.
It's just his ability to hold the play up, which he's never really been that type of guy. He's always been off the shoulder. Yeah. Always been on the wing.
Yeah, he looked a bit different though, West Ham. Though he looked like he was more.
He's looked
having them on his back. He preferred them next to him than trying to play off them.
Well, no, because he gets the ball and tries to turn.
Yeah,
and he tried to hold the ball up much better against West Ham. He does get stick, and some of it is justified because of his goals. I mean, you buy a player for his goals mainly, but his work rate is never in question. Personally, I think Gray's. I always keep going about his work rate, but I'm just really impressed with it. He just puts in a shift.
I want him to just relax and play his own game, because when he first joined us, obviously he needs to go out and try and score that goal, and then he struggled for a little bit to get the first goal. When he did get a goal, wasn't you know, nothing special.
No,
But now he's in the squad because Deanie's on his suspension.
Yep.
I'm not saying that's the only reason.
No.
It obviously
it's a
helps.
good
So
chance,
now, is he playing to try and impress Silver while Deanie's out? I mean, he needs to just play his own game.
Yeah,
once he relaxes, because we've paid that much money for him, because he was worth it, and he can score goals for us.
Yeah.
Everything that he's doing off the ball, all of the rest of the time that he's been spending on the pitch, I think he's been working towards the wins that we've got when he's been playing for us. I definitely think he's got a role to play, but I think he can get more goals. He just needs to, you know, stop. I don't know if he listens to the fans, but he just needs to stop worrying too much about it all. It's easier said than done, but I'd like to see him just relaxed and playing for the team that he knows that he's what shall I say? He knows that he's good enough to play for us.
Yeah.
So, you know, just crack on.
If he plays his own game, like you say, if he just relaxes, plays his own game, he's going to impress Silver anyway, because he's a good player. He plays his way. We all know he's going to play. He can play, and just take his time. We give him time. He's going to impress him. So he's getting two birds with one stone there anyway. And rather than trying too hard, because like you say, if he doesn't relax, he's going to overdo it.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he tries too hard, like you said. He needs to relax a bit. He doesn't look like he's trying too hard, which isn't a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Sometimes it can be.
It's better than him putting his hands on his shoulder,
winking,
going, I can't be bothered with this.
Well, another subject was it was sort of that Ziegler. He looked quite impressive against West Ham. He looked, you know, he started ahead of Holbass, didn't he? He looked promising. There's a word we like.
Promising.
Yeah.
He did look promising. You know, build him up. I thought he looked okay that game.
Yeah, a mate of mine mentioned, which I really need to remember, is that it was really his debut for us, wasn't it?
Yeah,
his debut in the Premiership, and so because I was not critical of him, but I thought he was a little bit slow. There was a couple of times he tried to take on players and he couldn't, and he lost it. And, so I think I was just kind of pointing out the negatives, mainly because I don't think he was a player that Silver was really interested in, and I'm a little bit disappointed with all of the purchases that we made in the transfer window. The gaping hole that we had was at left back, because I don't trust Holbass. I don't trust Britos really. I'm always concerned when they're in the team because they've always got a yellow card in them, which then instantly affects the rest of the way that they play.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I just think we definitely needed a left back, and then we've gone and picked up Ziegler and Molawage, who I've seen nothing of whatsoever.
No, I can't say that.
And then neither of them played, even when we were going through all of these defensive crises over the last couple of months. So yeah, when he came on and I was watching him play, I think I was looking for negatives.
Yeah.
But we kept a clean sheet, so he's got to be part of that.
Yeah.
And I need to kind of watch back on it again, really, some of the footage from the game. But yeah, I think I've got more confidence in him now anyway, having, you know, seen him play a little bit. He didn't make any major mistakes, and like I said, we kept a clean sheet from it. So
he showed some guts, because I thought he was off in 20 seconds when that dirty soul Carroll Elwood. Blimey, now that's a debut. He's going, but you know, let's give him some credit. He showed a bit of balls there to get up, didn't he, and carry on. I think I would have.
Stuart says the West Ham game was our best performance from the boys so far this season. The boys were fab all round, can't single out a weak link, because the boys did well, got the job done. Apparently, Seren, we saw Suren, but Seren says Paul Muzzy talks with so much sense as well. So that's a nice little compliment for you, mate.
Who said that?
Seren. Or Suren, but with Seren, we've been correct.
That's why we spent this budget, isn't it, Pidge?
Just the budget on spending, and we're getting him on Sunday as well, so he's down here, so we'll probably talk about your words of wisdom, mate. What do you think about Stuart's opinion on West Ham?
Yeah, it's you know, again, it's a difficult game, because did we look so good because they were so bad, or it was a bit of both, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't. It was a brilliant performance by us. I was impressed, but I don't think it was our our best performance of the season.
No, I wouldn't.
You know, everyone's praising Gomez, and I said in my video, best goalkeeper in the world from that game. But we in theory should have conceded 2 goals from that. If he hadn't have been so good,
saves, weren't they?
yeah, if he hadn't have been so good, we should have conceded 2 goals. So then, yeah, I think everyone did well. I think regardless of what they say, all of everything that's been going on with Silva recently has played on their minds. No one wants a new manager to come in after just a handful of games.
Especially Pardew or people like that.
Oh God, when I saw that,
cold sweats just thinking about that.
Yeah, definitely. So the fact that Cavaselli put something on Twitter, you know the players are thinking about it. So is that affecting their game? I mean, I don't know if it's affected it positively. It doesn't seem to have been too negative, but yeah, it was a good performance. I think everyone did well. I couldn't single out anyone as being particularly bad. Disappointed with a couple of things that Britos did, especially the yellow card. But like I say, he's always got it in him, so it's just a concern. So it's nice that Prodal's back now, and there's sort of positive news coming out about Kabul, and I'm not sure about Yama. I've not heard anything about him for a while.
No, it's got a bit quiet with Yama, isn't it?
He's to be honest, I think he's gonna find it hard to get back in this squad. I can't.
But it's good. It's good.
Good
that Kabul's,
like you said, it's a great headache. All these players.
I think Kabul's back in full training pretty much now. I mean, Pereira's edging his way back in, and like you said, Prodal, we do miss Prodal.
We do. We miss that leader at the back. We do. Yeah,
I've said anyone partners Cabaselli. Prodal with Cabaselli.
Yeah.
Is going forward. Is personally is my best defensive 2.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think from like when the Pozzos first took over, they brought in a massive influx of players, and we'd give some of them a chance, and they'd be a bit crap, and then they'd be shipped off. And when Cavaselli first started, I wasn't overly impressed, but it's nice that we're at the stage now. Yeah, it's nice that we're at the stage now where he seems to have actually learned the Premiership way of playing things, and he's one of the players that is probably the most progressed, I think.
Yeah.
From what I've seen at the beginning, and now I don't have the trust in him that I do with Prodal, but I definitely think he's my first choice at the moment with Prodal having been out. You know, Mariappa's got experience, and you know, and he's seems to be quite tight knit with the rest of the team, but his legs are sort of going now.
Yeah, I've always noticed that with him. Well, we talk about, don't we, Paul? He's got the experience. He's played in the Premier League, but he always looks a bit slow.
Yeah,
he done. Oh God, I can't remember what game it was this season. He done an unbelievable challenge that won us the game when it was that slide challenge. I can't remember.
Yeah.
He does that sort of thing, which makes him
against
a brilliant defender.
Against teams like Stoke, Kabul Prodal combination would be good because you haven't got many quick players and it's a physical game.
Yeah, height.
But Cavaselli is the way forward, like Decore.
Yeah, no.
And Prodal is the yin and yang with him. It's just perfect because he's got that experience alongside him. I mean, Britos has improved. There is better defenders than Britos so Prodal's one of them. But he has improved. And like you said, he has got the yellow card in him, and so has Holbas. Holbas has as well. But it's a good headache that we've got Ziegler is looking good. Yeah, I mean, we no doubt he would have been. He's a Dutch international. You thought he'd be half decent. But, you know, it's good we got back up because last season we had to play a dust cart, as we call it.
We still got him to come back.
This time last year at West
Ham. Dustcart, we call him Dustcart.
We played him at right back against West Ham last year. Funny enough, the last game we had, and you look at from West Ham last season, the draw to the 2-0 now, and look how we've moved on. And we're all comparing last season with this season. Okay, we're bored of last season, but you compare it and look how far we've come just in terms of our growth and our strength in depth. I mean, you look how good Firmino is.
Yeah.
For one of many players. I mean,
it's nice that we can sit here and have a little moan about stuff. But really, we've got no reason to be moaning about it because of the position we're in at the moment. But yeah, I agree. And Kiko, I saw earlier had was it a little bit of cramp in the West Ham game.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's fine for Saturday.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
good. Oh, he ain't that serious.
And I think because he picked up a little bit of a knock, so they took him off as a precaution. But yeah, that was a little bit worrying as well, because I think he's been fantastic.
He's got to be a steal for free. We got him. That's the
whole
lives
team is really a steal.
Oh, well, true.
The majority of people that we've picked up, other than like Andre Gray, who I think he's gonna prove his worth eventually. But yeah, some of the players that we've got, it's just incredible.
Oh, it's a crime how we got Shalabar and Hughes so cheap.
Yeah,
and how well they're progressing. I mean, Shalabar will come back stronger. I've no doubt about that. I mean, he was a class act. He's a class act anyway, but he was a class act before he got injured.
Absolutely shocking from Chelsea. I've got no idea.
Chelsea fans are livid about it.
Yeah,
They're absolutely crazy. And they said,
Yes.
"You got rid of Pozzi, our brightest star." It's like he's the equivalent of what Man City have got in midfield, that young 17-year-old. Similar Foden. It's the same sort of thing where they've got a promising youngster who's pretty much a certainty for England. And that Foden will be.
Yeah, oh, yeah, God.
The way he's progressing, if he
yeah.
progresses the way he is, he'll be in the England midfield for a long time.
It was just the perfect situation. It was a young player that was unknown that came out on loan to us initially.
Yep.
Made friends with the team and with the fans, and then he's gone off to other teams, got more and more experienced as he's gone along, and you can tell he's grown. He's got stronger physically, and then he's gone back to Chelsea, and they've said you can have him for $5 million. Yeah, all right, yeah, we'll do that. So it's just incredible how a player everyone can see that he's progressing so well. And if it was double or treble that, I think we'd have definitely paid it.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be worth 20s.
Yeah, I'd say
20,
minimum
at the
20.
moment.
Yeah.
While he's injured.
If Nathan Ake could go for 20 million.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
You thought, Jim's saying it's amazing that one good result, and like we've talking here.
Yeah,
and
no,
this compared to last
I
week.
agree.
He says one good result can lift our spirits. After the defeats of Chelsea and Everton, it all felt a bit flat, but now we're back.
Isn't it?
Don't mention
Well,
it.
look how positive it is now. Last week, me and you,
I didn't want to do the show.
he didn't want to do the show. It would be basically yabbiting on for almost an hour.
Yeah, it would be.
No, my mate Luke that I was out with on in the week when we did that other non-league game, we were talking about the Silva situation, and I've not really been that concerned that he was going to leave, but I still had that horrible sort of butterfly feeling.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's not fair. Just I just kind of wanted it over and done with.
Yeah.
He was saying it's like having a girlfriend and you're worried that she's like been chatting to other blokes on the side and you're not exactly sure what's going on. You've got the butterfly feeling.
You're denying it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's it's all pretty much lifted out of the way now. I'm quite happy, and I think that's a positive thing.
You described how I felt last week, where when last week, the week before, when I found out Everton were bidding for him, and your stomach just dropped. It's like, great, here we go. And a lot of people going, "Oh, well, you deserve it. You're sacking all your managers." We don't sack all our managers.
We sack like one,
really, haven't we? And the rest either left or had contract things where they said,
illness.
Yeah, technically we didn't sack Jokanovic either, because he was out of his contract. So we didn't really sack him. We let him go, but it's not really sacking. And he's basically summed up what I was feeling like as well. It's like,
that's horrible.
I wasn't 100% certain he was going to stay, but I was more or less 95% certain he was going to stay. But I knew his head was turned.
Yeah,
you can see his head was turned, but it's great. Even likes of Sky Sports now. I know Mr. Dave Quick. Thank you very much, mate, for the news. He's been posting other ones on different football sites. But even Sky Sports are now just saying, look, he said, forget it now. Even he's distancing himself to the comments. Said, look, leave it now. It's done now. So even this is more positive from him now.
Yeah.
So we can move on now, and there's more results and him staying as well. It's a much more positive look than what it was this time last week.
Yeah,
going to West Ham, we didn't know he was going to stay. Possibly he was going to leave before the game.
That was it before.
Well, people were saying this is what the rumours.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't sort of listen to rumours and stuff.
Yeah,
this is all. We lost 3 in a row. We're like, come on, we've got to get this win. We're so desperate for this win. We got the win. He's staying, confirmed, pretty much.
But the sort of thing that
Okay,
confirmed it for me that he was going to stay was when we scored that first goal against West Ham. You know, really passion, weren't it? What he had, they really celebrated.
He's not sitting there twiddling his thumb.
No, but if a manager's about to go, you wouldn't. Well, you might show that much passion, but it was proper, real love for the club and passion. He
kicks every ball, doesn't he? We said this Sunday. He looks like he kicks every ball. Yeah. Whether you watch it live or TV, you know, you see that passion.
Yeah,
from him.
that's why we love him.
And it projects onto the pitch as well.
Yeah, they can sense it. Yeah. What was the bid they were bidding anyway?
15 million.
Yeah, what's that nowadays?
Nothing,
is that just to talk to him?
Yeah, but what's that? That's nothing nowadays.
No, it's
crap. But give us 50, you might. Even then, I wouldn't sell him.
No, because we're not in a position where we need the money.
No.
Well, I haven't got the Pozzo's bank account, so I don't exactly.
We have got rumoured records. I'm
sure I can type up my own letter and say how much money they've got.
We'll email it later, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't need the money. It's the same with like all this talk about Richarlison. It shouldn't be an issue whatsoever.
No.
We don't need to talk about it because however many bids come in,
just reject.
In January, we don't need the money.
Well, not 8 years ago, is it?
To us.
It's not 8 years ago. Yeah. So, you know, even under Dicey and Malky Mackay, you know, we don't have to sell. Once a club sniffs after one of our players, he's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
I won't say, well, almost, wasn't it? Do you agree with Bjorn that he says this is the best group of players and management we've had since 1984-85? Potentially.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, this is the first manager that the Pozzos have brought in. I mean, everyone loved Viali. Zola.
Oh, my teeth itch.
Yeah, I know, sorry about that.
That's all right, mate. I'll let you off.
I feel a little bit sick myself now.
There's a bit of sick coming up there.
Everyone loves Zola, but this is really the first manager they've brought in that I've been happy with.
Yeah,
from the start. It doesn't feel. I don't think they just snatch at things anyway. I don't think they panic, but they've obviously started evolving the same as I said that Cavaselli has. They've started adapting to the Premiership way of dealing with things as well now, and it's just awesome. It does feel nice, just like having that manager, and then you know they've been listening to the fans. They've gone out and brought English talent this time
which is
round.
good, very good.
They've not inundated us with shitloads of names that we can't pronounce from various places that we had no idea that was actually a country. And the players seem to be gelling really well together. There's no animosity between, like, even the whole thing with Deany could have easily like blown up.
Yeah, could have.
Not having him starting could have been a major issue, but rightly so. I don't think he deserves his place at the moment. Now he's got competition for the first time.
Yeah, he has.
Igalo, it was nice having him there with Deany scoring all the goals, but he'd have been nothing without Deany, I don't think.
No, you're probably right.
Not on his own, he wouldn't have scored
he wouldn't.
goals, would he?
And you could see every single time that Igalo had the choice of passing the ball, but he didn't. He went on and took a shot, and if it missed, you could really see the frustration in Deany's face. Whereas now, we want people to have shots. We want people like Richarlison running at defenders and taking them on. If he messes it up, it doesn't matter because he's scared the life out of them.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
And that's why he's the most fouled player in the Premiership at the moment, because everyone's worried about it and there's so much hype about it. And so, you know, Deany now needs to up his game, which hasn't been the case for a little while. So it's good. Everyone's fighting for their places in the team, and got a manager that's more than capable of keeping it all together. So, I think it's definitely one of the best teams that I've seen.
It was optimism at the start of the season. You knew how Silva likes to play.
Yep.
And like you said, we got English players coming through as well. So that's more of a connection. We know these players we already had cleverly. We started getting Chalobah, Hughes, all these younger players coming through. And it was a younger outlook than, say, like the last season where the players were more, shall we say, experienced. We were getting more of an experienced look. Now we're getting more of a younger look and looking more of a long-term look from it. These players can play for 4 or 5 years rather than 2 and 3.
Future.
And it was just more of an optimism, more of a thing, because one, our manager can speak English. You know, we didn't have to say, right, let's wait 3 months so you can start speaking it. You know, he wasn't Pochettino where he sort of was speaking it after 2 months.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually spoke it. Well, he did. The West Brom game, they forced him, didn't they?
Yeah,
And then he started speaking English. It's like, wow, it's happened. And then that was it after that, wasn't it?
He's been practicing that a long time.
He went to Manchester. To be fair, you can't really practice English up there. You know? No wonder I let him off then.
And people playing in their positions as well.
Yeah.
We've got like a bit of depth to the squad. Even though I was moaning about our defence, it's mainly because of the injuries that we've got. People, we need players because they're going to be miserable if they're playing out of position. And Gerardo may have been the greatest player in the world.
Maybe.
They're constantly sticking him out on the left wing when he wasn't able to achieve anything, wasn't doing him any favours.
The way Kike set up, it was a possession game, a Spanish a mid-table possession game. The ball retention for as much as possible, and then catch teams on the break. And problem is that when we went 1-0 down, that was pretty much us done.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you look at when Walter came in, and we argued this long into the night. Walter coming in, they were looking for a step forward, would keep the tightness of what Kike was doing, and trying to mix it up a little bit more. Hence what he was trying to do, long ball, but it just turned into Lady Boothroyd tactics. Near the end of the season, it turned into Boothroyd at the worst time of under Boothroyd.
Yeah,
the worst of Boothroyd. That's what it turned into near the end. But yeah, if Kike only had that little bit more attacking, I think what we had at the start of the season, we carried that on for the whole season. We'd been one end of the side.
Oh God, yeah.
And with, like you said, Gerardo, when he first signed, I was like, oh wow, UEFA Cup winner, Atletico Madrid. Oh, this is going to be one hell of a signing. It's just, stick him, like you said, stick him out on the wing just didn't work.
Yeah.
Or narrow, shall we say, a narrow diamond 4-4-2 as he was using near the end of the season, or most of the season, wasn't he? And it just didn't work. It's just a shame, like you said. It's just a shame because he could be one of the best players ever.
Yeah, he could have been. Yeah.
But not only that, we didn't learn from it. We knew well into the season that wasn't working with him being out of the wing. But whether it was lack of depth or just not paying attention to it. It carried on through most of the season. Him just being played out of position, and I still think every year we're taking a step forward. I still think we're progressing, and even the West Ham game, Silva, we're 2-0 up, and we've not then just gone defensive. We've not started making lots of defensive substitutions to try and maintain that 2-0 lead and keep it at that. It wasn't broken, so we didn't fix it, just carry on. And then we had substitutes to be able to take off Kiko when he pulled up for a little bit. And so I think, Silva's learned from that as well, because bringing on, was it Ben Watson against Chelsea? Could have worked. I've got nothing against Ben Watson. I think he took one for the team the season before when he came on, got sent off 5 minutes later. He had no choice, but fair play to him. He had to take that player out, otherwise he was probably going to go on as
me and Paul were at Bloodstock there, and then he goes, Ben Watson, all right, we won't judge him till we see it. We saw it, went, all right, Ben, fair play. Fair play,
the only times we would let him off about that. I always said to Deano, we do not let off a player. But in that case, you do, because he took one for the team, and it was done within the intent of he's clear on goal and he's going to score if I don't take him out.
And then he got punished for the rest of the season for that, and he sort of didn't get looking in the first team.
Decore as well. To be fair, he got pretty much punished. He almost went at one stage.
Yeah, and I wasn't that bothered to begin with, because seeing Decore to begin with wasn't.
Me and Paul were the same. Yeah, we're both the same.
I was saying to my mate at work, who's fun enough a West Ham fan, was me and him having a good conversation this week. He don't wind me up.
No, you just have a chat.
But we were having a good chat about it, and we joked from last season, because he was talking about midfielders, and I was saying to him, remember last, because I said about how good Decore has been playing, and he goes, do you remember last season, and you said, how the hell is he £9 million player? And I questioned him. I said, well, how the hell does this guy come for $9 million? This was last season. I mean, tell you what, it's a big lump of humble pie now. After that,
it happens though, doesn't it?
Totally proved me wrong. And I'm glad. I want these players, want him like that to shove my opinions down my throat because that is brilliant.
Pogba got sold off cheap, didn't he? And De Bruyne, and there are these players that you look at them and you just think we could maybe make do without them. And to begin with, Cabaselli and Decore were players like that. I just thought, there's possibly better options out there. But they've progressed and they've learned the Premiership way of playing. And they've been given a chance as well, and they've probably been given more of a chance than I would have given them.
Really?
That's why I'm not a coach. But having the midfield that we've got at the moment, why do we need Decore when we've got Pereira and we've got Chalobah and Tom Cleverley? We've got all of these awesome players, and yet Decore has got to be one of the first names on the
definitely. But Gomez,
on the
he
team
must
sheet
be
nowadays.
close second.
Well, here's a question. A couple of people are saying, because we said about like the 80s and stuff like that, the team that turned out against, shall we say, Southampton about 2-3 games into that season, the first season we were in the top flight under Taylor, compared to this team, our strongest side of this team, what do you think would be the score? Because this, bearing in mind, this is before Mo Johnston and stuff like that. This is like the likes of Pat Rice playing in the team and stuff. Guys are out there as well. The team that we got promoted, we were actually first couple of games into our first season in the top flight under Taylor. Compared to now, this is part of the Legends talk. We might as well.
Yeah. Legends.
Who would win and what would be the score? So that team. Who was the first team we played? Was it Everton? First team we played, first team in. I know Southampton was a couple of games in, wasn't it?
Under Taylor.
Everton, was that
first game?
Leon scored.
No, I mean in 80. Was it 82, 83?
I can't remember what I did last week.
I was sitting here moaning about the Everton game. That's what I was doing this time last week.
I'd say that
the thing is,
now,
it's a fantasy conversation, isn't it?
The
way that's why the 100 meters record was getting broken all the time, because fitness and not supplements, but the way people train nowadays, they're getting to their peak performance, whereas Tales from the Vicarage, you hear about them having a cigarette after and stuff like that. It's completely different nowadays. They were competing against other teams that were training sort of the same kind of way that they were back then. But I think we've got to smash those 80s boys nowadays.
We reckon it'd be a win for them.
Just because we've got so much more experience and the way that
Everton was the first game. Right. I thought it was. As Everton, Southampton's coming out. Everton, 2-0. Pat Rice scored. Southall stepped over that.
All right, as we're getting on Legends talk, we're doing this for our team again. We're going worst left back ever.
Left back.
You two can.
God, you can
have it. Kick it off on the
worst left back, guys.
Lads,
Worst left back, guys. Get it in.
Blonder, was it Blonder?
Blonder was right back. Plumley was goalkeeper, so we've got our left back coming now.
I've already got my centre backs, which people know.
Who's the worst right back that we've got?
Blonder.
Right, okay.
I think he could play.
See, that one's going to be
worse than Alan Neil. Cool. That's right back.
Yeah, he was worse than Neil. I put
Neil had like 3 awesome games. And
Blonder was terrible.
Yeah, I put Paredes as well.
Who played that back though?
The thing is,
he did right back.
Oh, he couldn't play that back.
He did one really good move. And so I don't mind him that much. That's all I can remember from him, though. That and the hair. I don't remember him doing anything.
I really don't want to be critical. Someone put Albert McLaughlin. Lavin was right back, but he did play. Lavin was a quality right back, but left back, he wouldn't be able to play left back. Vic Akers. See, I'm really harsh. I'd probably put something like Jason Drysdale, but because some of the games I saw him play was just But there were some good games. There were some good games with Jason Drysdale, but it was
trying to think of the worst.
Did Tommy Mooney start off as a defender?
He adapted. He went attacking midfield, attack, defence, attack. because he came
Was
to
he
us
like
as
as a defender?
he was good centre back.
Was he?
He was good defender.
I can't believe
But
it.
he was pushing up too far, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You put Steve Palmer for every decent one because he played every position, didn't he? You played
Steve Palmer.
I said my all-time 11 was just Steve Palmer.
Yeah. I'd have to get back to you on that.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that actually.
See, the only shout I've really got is someone like Drysdale.
I've got a centre back. But
I'm still trying to think of Colin Lee's era, but it only lasted 6 months, 7 months, really, properly. Yeah. Coming up the worst right midfield, but that's coming up.
No, I've got
later,
centre back, so another Spurs player.
Yeah, definitely that one. Yeah, I don't even
you know that name. Yeah, he was shocking.
Yeah,
tall as anything, couldn't win a header.
Left backs, because for a while we've had some. Yeah, no, Bjorn, I do agree, mate. That's why I'm saying I don't want to be too harsh on Jason because he was actually decent left back. But there was some shocking games, but there's definitely a worse one out there. Watford Steve went. I went out with Jason Drysdale's ex-girlfriend. She told me he had pictures of himself all over his wall.
Oh no!
Oh dear. That could easily be included into our 11 just purely on that evidence.
I'd put him in the best 11.
Soon's just put Ramage. There we go.
Oh, Serene, I'm going to kill you Sunday. God, he had to say it.
I'd certainly put him in first. We will get him on as a guest. It's got to be done. Yeah, no, we'll get back to that. We've got to think of someone. Drysdale was actually winning the vote purely because we mentioned him. We've got to think of someone else because Drysdale can't get into the worst one. Ken Furphy. What? No, I'm putting Furphy purely on his managerial thing. I can't disgrace Furphy. Oh. But what about the under 23s? Have got a few cup games, haven't they?
Yeah, I was just checking that. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Monday, 4th of December versus Cardiff at 7 p.m. Then you got Monday, 22nd of January versus Southampton, also at 7 p.m. And Monday, 12th of January versus Blackburn, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Where will they all play? Sorry, what's that? Willstone FC, all their Premier League Cup games will be.
Willstone sent it on their Twitter, so that's quite a good thing. You get down to a couple of them.
How are they doing the under 23s this year anyway? Do you know?
Well, we put it out. A few of the first teams, especially in the summer, were getting a lot.
Yeah, they were getting a lot of games, weren't they?
Perfect. I think Aidan Mullins doing a half decent job there. Mm-hmm. He's working on the same page with Silver now because Kill apparently was not happy with the fact that Walt was ignoring a lot of what he was saying to him. I don't think he'd go and stand anyone, because or vice versa, probably the other way around actually. But he's probably complimenting Kill. Kill didn't know because he don't speak Italian. No. But apparently there was that breakdown in communication. Literally, not with the accent thing. Jokes aside, there was none of that communication between them. You thought as a reserve side, under 23 reserve, it's the reserve side effectively. You thought there would be a bit more communication because at the end of the day, the reserves, 23s, well, the reserve side is there to help out your first team anyway. Bring your players back for fitness, and I think Mullins and Silver are on almost the same wavelength. You can see there's not that as much discontent this season, and he's utilising. Silver's letting him utilise some of the players, and that's obviously going to make Mullins happy because it means he's getting more chance of getting results.
You think he'll look at that under 23? So Silver, as he likes young players, you think he'll give a few a game?
Falevi's floating about.
Yeah, sorry, I see. Another one in the under 23s. Coventry beat Watford under 23s 2-1, and Falevi scored, didn't he? He got the goal.
He scored a few, and so's Pereira as well. Dion.
Yeah.
Dion's looking pretty decent. We've got a couple of youngsters that are on the crest, and the captain.
Yeah.
That I would refuse to think because I always cock up his.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He's promising. He'll get promising.
Yeah, we like that word.
We do like that word, especially with the under 23s.
Yeah, I forgot about Pereira. Yeah, now I'm on the old dad. He's a good player.
Right, as you're our guest, we'll talk about you and your podcasts because we always plug it. Rather than plug it, you can do the YouTube channel. You can plug it because we've watched them, we love them, and we always force feed everyone. Because
I got you here.
what's it about? You know, if we haven't plugged it already, what's it about? What do you do on it, and what's the main focus of it? And
okay, well, basically, I've been Watford all my life. Started supporting them when I was like 6, 7 years old. I've done there was a couple of seasons where Pete Fincham and a few others got together and started the WISA, the Watford Independent Supporters Association, and so we would have like our own coaches. So a couple of seasons I did every home and away game, and apart from maybe a couple, I can't remember any of it. I don't know what my first game was. I've got, you have those sort of memorable matches that you're never going to forget, but there's so much that I can't remember. All of these like different grounds and stuff. My memory is terrible. I thought, for my boys, I kind of wanted them to have a more memorable experience, and and it'd be nice for us to, when we look back, to be able to look at some of the videos and stuff. So they wanted to do start up a YouTube channel, but they were a little bit young for it. So like Minnie's first game was Accrington Stanley at home in the cup. His mum was screwing because he went to penalties and didn't get back until late. He was only like about 4 or 5 years old. Micro's first game was away to Reading. And so I've got the programs and stuff like that from them. But a couple of years ago, my eldest was saying, we'll start recording some of them, like when we go out. And initially we started doing it just for us, but then because he wanted to do the YouTube channel as well, we started putting them on YouTube. So we're season ticket holders in the Rookery. We go to all of the home games. We're trying to go to as many away games as we can as well nowadays, but it's difficult financially, and with them having after school stuff and their own football and things like that. But now I've been doing Watford ladies games for quite a while as well, because where they used to play was just down the road from me, so I used to go down and catch a lot of their games, and now a lot of non-league games as well. And it's funny, it's just that kind of feeling that you get. It's not so much about going to watch all these games to, watch a really good non-league game of football. It's walking into like a ground that you've never been to before, and everyone's cold and they're there with their burgers and their cups of tea and hot chocolate and stuff, and it's just that feeling that you don't get anywhere else. And I love it, and so I try and document it as much as I can, and so I've been doing a lot more and more videos recently. But I can't keep everyone happy. If I do sort of non-league games or women's games, then the true Watford fans sort of start getting a little bit annoyed and unsubscribe, and the non-league fans aren't too keen on me, being a fan of the Premiership and stuff, because it's blasphemy for them. So I just do the videos for me and my kids, and it's something for us to look back on and say, do you remember that game? And, actually start remembering some of these grounds that I've visited. So Paul MUZZY, MUZZY on YouTube, and like a couple of people have approached me, and I've gone to a couple of companies as well, and the general manager from Watford Ladies has been happy to supply for giveaways and stuff like that, signed jerseys and things. And I've done a little bit of work with Alex from Watford Mishmash Poster, with him in the past as well, so he's been happy to support giveaways. And so if you just subscribe, that'd be great. More, click on the subscribe button, and every now and then we'll choose people at random to win stuff. But I like engaging with people through the channel, and it's nice just having something to talk about with people saying games that we should go to, and I enjoy it, love it.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's good. In a way, it's good. They're getting, some of them do get frustrated because they know they're your loyal fan base, and they're obviously watching your videos to get like that. And in a way, it's a backhanded compliment. They're getting a bit narky. So, why aren't you covering this? Why aren't you covering that? So they're taking time to watch your videos, and passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know, in a way, you can look at it that way as well.
Yeah.
Because they say, well, hang on a moment, you know, I'm one of you. You know, we're your fans here, can't you? You know, go to this ground.
It's difficult. You can't cater for everyone.
No,
Really.
no,
There aren't like loads of channels that do it, and certainly for Watford, you know, there's us and the lads from WD18 doing their videos, but they seem to be purely Watford, and you know they do their interviews and stuff like that, and it's good. It's nice having having things like this, I think, for Watford fans, because we didn't have it sort of years and years ago. You'd look on CFAX or something, or you'd have to phone up that telephone number for the team talk thing and spend an absolute fortune just waiting for news.
Hotline, wasn't it? Jesus,
waiting for news that you knew about already.
So my mum used to go mental because I cut a few times. I went on there. It's like, it costs this much money. Yeah, but I need to find out what the news is.
That's it. So so it's not like people get a chance to see, you know, what a match day experience is like now. So.
Well, you got us doing our live podcast.
Yeah.
You got you doing your vlogs. You got the WD18 boys doing all, you know, the preview, the match interviews with the fans and even players they've done.
Yeah.
They've grabbed the players as well, which is even better.
Yeah, they're doing well.
And
they're like a younger, more attractive, less funny version than me, I think.
Yeah. And not a parody of Arsenal Fan TV, which I've said as well, which
no one wants that.
No, and also they make it different because every week there's always a different fans. It's not the same people, you know, getting on there all the time. They're grabbing different people every week.
Yeah.
So it's a wide base rather than like with Arsenal Fan TV. It's the same 5 plus say 2 more, you know, extra fans. You know. It's not as boring. It's not boring.
No. It's good.
different.
No,
keep it fresh, and you know, like you do. You keep it fresh. You know, it's not the same stuff. You're trying to make it different. It's a vlogs with a difference.
Yeah, it gets difficult to try and come up with new ideas and stuff all the time. But like eventually, hopefully, it'll just get to the stage where even if I'm going to a ground that people aren't bothered about the team or anything like that, they might just watch the video just because they feel like they know me. And it's the same with you guys. You know, just if it's like a slow news day or something, just stick something out anyway. People will want to watch it because you know they know you now. They feel like, you know, we're all friends. So.
Do you support a non-league team? Do you support anyone?
Not really. I mean, I've been to, you know, Hemel, St Albans, Chesham, Aylesbury, like all of the local teams. So I guess, you know, they're all sort of within easy access. So if I'm looking for a game, it'd be one of them. But no, not really. Like Watford is the only real team for me. I can't see. There's not enough place in my heart. But anything, I'm happy to go to watch. Well, not Scum Up the Road, but I'll cover pretty much any ground.
There's a limit. Yeah. There's a limit, isn't there?
We ask most our guests this: what's your favourite Watford game? Any time, any year of your favourite or memory?
No, I mean, there's, like I say, that's why I do the videos, because I can't really remember most of them. But it's not so much a game. It's just that feeling that you get. That, you know, I get kind of flashbacks of like Blackpool away years and years ago. Like 5 of us crammed into a car, driving up there and hammering it down with rain, and like trying to sleep in the car, and then we had to get on the big wheel because we didn't know where the ground was. So we got to the top, and we were looking out, and just, you know, weekends like that. And you know, when times like when we won at Fulham away to win the 2nd division, was it?
Oh, cool! Yeah, you go better. I remember.
And then. And then, you know, we've all run onto the pitch, and every year we used to buy the review video. Yeah. Going back all of the games, and after that season, like we were all sitting there around my mate Tom's house, watching the video, and we've seen Neil run onto the pitch, and we've seen Mark, and we've seen me, and just as Tom was about to go on, the camera's panned away. And he's like, oh! So just things like that. There's so many like little memories that I've got associated with Watford that I couldn't pinpoint it to just sort of one particular game.
No.
Just like a whole history of little, private, personal memories.
Yeah,
that will just sit with you forever.
Brilliant.
Right, quickly, under 18s will face Sunderland in the third round of the FA Youth Cup. That's Sunday, the 10th of December at 1 p.m. Ticket details to follow. Okay, well,
it's amazing you can read my writing, mate. That's the next
glasses,
news,
really. That's another. Right, what would the score be against Newcastle, and where are we going to hurt them? Where can we hurt them?
With our pace up front, and I think we'll play great. We'll start Gray.
You reckon it'd be Gray?
Yeah, it'd be Gray, and Lukaku will just be sitting on the bench just as a nice option. Would you go with Pereira starting on the wing as a 3 with Gray and Richarlison?
Instead of who from Saturday?
Saying that, no, looking at that, you pick the same.
Corello did. He didn't start, did he? Come on, didn't he?
No, I'll rephrase. No, actually, no. I'll change my opinion on that actually because you just brought that up. I would pick the same side as Saturday and have Prodo on the bench.
Mm.
If Prodo's not, because he's still Silver's saying he's mulling over his Silver 90% ready, 90-minute ready yet. That's
Prodo
the only
or
thing.
Pereira?
Prodo.
Right.
That's what his worry was, and Pereira. It was the two worries they were for him.
Problem is we got United next, haven't we, after this game?
Mm.
You'd like Prodell to get probably some minutes because United are quite a tall team, aren't they, if I know wisely, and we're not the tallest at the back, are we?
I think 2-0 Watford. It depends if Newcastle set up as 4-5-1, which they have done before, with attacking wingers, I think will hurt them. It'll take a long time, but if we get a goal earlier in the second half, midway through the second half, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
They play 4-4-2 with Gale and Yoselu. That's his name. Yoselu. £5 million guy from Stoke who's fourth choice at Stoke.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the thing, but I think it'll be more attacking if they play like that. I think.
Well, it suit us when we like that.
They're looking at it as a possible 3 points, but to be honest, we should be looking even more as this possible 3 points, purely because of the league standings.
Oh, I'm not scared of Newcastle. They're a threat, of course. Every team in the Premier League's a threat.
Yeah.
I'm not as worried as say United or Spurs coming up. But
No.
Newcastle don't really scare me at their.
I can see them sneaking a goal against us just because confidence is high in our camp again now, and that often seems to be the way when we're feeling a little bit positive, we forget about a little bit defending and someone sneaks behind
a little bit
puts a goal in. I think we could get a couple of goals against them as well though, so I would have us at 2-1.
Yeah.
I've not been to Newcastle before, so me and the kids we've gone for the club coach option. I was going to drive. And then I was looking at a train or a plane, but all of them, all options are looking at over £100, whereas the club coaches are £10 each. It's the cheapest I'm ever going to be able to get.
6 hours, isn't it?
I'd be hungry if it was 6 hours. I think we're looking at
straight drive.
Right.
What with straight drive without the stop? It'd be 7 hours, wouldn't it?
On the coach, possibly. I think drive the way I drive. I'll do it in a couple of hours. So yeah, I think I'm looking at maybe sort of 7 hours each way.
With a stop, it'd be at least 8 then, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
because they did an hour, even if to Everton.
They'll have to do a couple of stops.
I did get the option, Leo, where you did say if you want to come. I was like, oh God, I really can't be bothered. It is a ground I want to go once in my life, but me and you were saying if we were going to do it, it would be by train, wouldn't it? Be I couldn't sit on that coach for 7 hours.
Even the train, I just couldn't find a cheap enough option.
Oh really? Yeah, I bet it's expensive. Well. Oh really? Is it expensive still? Was it?
Yeah, where I was looking anyway. So club coach, £10.
Oh,
take a book.
See that piece. It's a warm piece, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm hoping it's like childbirth, and that like on Sunday we'll be thinking actually that wasn't that bad. It was alright.
Take a good
It
book,
hurt,
mate.
but, yeah.
I'm assuming that's what childbirth is like.
We'll just confirm it is.
Yeah.
That'll be the next poll on the website.
You watch all the people clicking on the unsubscribe button now. Fucking childbirth, you ain't got a clue.
Get Sue downstairs, Paul. Ask her if she
Oh,
agrees.
God.
Go on, she'll tell you no.
So the boy was born in the site on the site and is looking over towards Taylorstown, so that was good enough for me. Mate. It was meant to be. That's all I can say.
Always rate what's his name? Shelby from Newcastle, isn't he?
John Joe.
Yeah, he's always rate him. He's a dangerous player.
He's a good
Yeah,
player
I
on
think
his
he's
day.
like Carroll though. I think if we can wind him up,
Yeah,
we can get him off the pitch nice and early. Whether or not I guess he could get frustrated if we're knocking the ball around like
we
a
do.
Brazilian
He
team.
can kick out.
Yeah, so that's an option. But then they also know that they'll be able to do the same with if Holebas is playing or Britos. I think a lot of people target our left hand side now.
Yeah,
Because they know that that's always an option. If we're struggling against Watford, we'll just get one of those two sent off.
yeah. They won't pick on Flamino because he has been like solid. Touch wood. He's been solid so far. They don't pick on that side much.
No.
Well, we saw him. We keep saying this against Sociedad. We had glimpses like bloody hell. He can move. He can shift some.
Yeah.
Good. Bloody hell. How good is this player?
Pace with that.
Scary.
Lascelles being out is a big blow for them. Big blow.
Great for
They,
us.
they love him up there, and he's their captain as well. That's going to be the big plus for us.
He's their best player. I mean, he's a leader. He's a
Matty
leader.
Ritchie's another one.
Yeah, he's just frustrating. I didn't like him at Bournemouth, but I can see why you'd like him on your team. I don't know why he didn't.
Because if we rate John Joe and Shelby, Matty Ritchie's a better player consistently.
Consistently, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have Matt Ritchie than John Joe Shelby at the moment because John Joe Shelby ain't consistent enough.
No,
He's got sending off in him.
It would be on Richie's side of ours. That'd be would be against Richie.
He plays on the right.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Ziegler.
Seeger.
If he played,
Would you start Seeger ahead of Holbas again?
I think I would.
Really, you would?
I
Would you?
don't think anyone did anything that warrants them not playing this Saturday.
Yeah.
From last week, and you know Ziegler's confidence is going to have grown now. He's come out of that dodgy challenge with some sort of broken nose probably.
Cool.
But yeah, you know he didn't concede a goal. And so now he can just focus on moving forward. So I'm hoping he's going to be better than what I saw from him at West Ham. So yeah, I don't think anyone warrants sort of losing their position. So I would probably keep it the same. But I'll be poised to bring Prodel on at some point.
20 minutes or something, isn't it?
I just want to see him get like a bit of a run out, but I don't want him getting too much pressure from the start.
In Britos' defence, me and Paul weren't big fans of him, but I've watched him a few times. I know he won't play against West Ham, but he does. Well, we said he looks like he's improved a lot more than last year.
He has improved.
His leap is, I know leap don't win your game, but his leap is fantastic.
There is better defenders in the.
Oh God, yeah, he's not our best defender,
but he looks better. At least he's trying to like Silver philosophy now, trying to play from the back a bit more. He's not trying to look for the long ball all the time like Prodel was doing last season because he was told to in large part. They're not looking for long balls anymore. They're trying to play it out a bit more, trying to be more comfortable on the ball. You know, like we said with that effort with Chelsea, we always hark back on the Chelsea card.
I defend him in there. He was wrong, but I did defend him.
It was wrong. And
yeah, it was. I never say it was right.
Wonderful.
I never say
he
it
should
was
have blasted it. Last season, he would have blasted it. This season, at least he tried. The only thing I'll give him credit for with that example was he tried to play football. It was the wrong decision.
Yeah, it was.
All day long, it was the wrong decision. But at least he's now looking to try and play. You know, he's trying. Like I say, when Prodel's fit, Britos is out. We all know that.
Yeah, I just think I've got too many concerns about him. I think he's a very easy target for teams. Anyone that's done their research. It's the same with like Deeney's penalties. He's the best at taking terrible penalties. You know he's just going to blast it, and chances are it'll go straight down the middle if it's at a vital point in the game. And it's the same with Britos and Holebas. Really, if anyone's done their research, they know that that's a really good way. And Stoke absolutely hammered us for it. They they got their goal and then they took the piss for the rest of the time, just wasting it, winding us up, and we haven't really got anyone at the moment that can just calm everyone down, just play our game rather than play theirs. I think if they start trying to wind up Holibas or Britos, then we could be in a spot of bother with them getting a yellow card and then messes things up for us. Which I think teams like Newcastle that we expect to get 3 points against, they're going to try and put out all the stops the same way Stoke did. Man City, Man United, they don't need to do things like that. They'll just play their game and probably end up scoring a few goals against us. But teams that feel like they might struggle against us a little bit, I think they're going to start doing things like that. So,
well, we are. Well, we're saying we are better away lately, aren't we? We're doing all right at home, but away there seems to be not much fear of attacking. We seem to enjoy it. No, the fans are nervous.
Guarantee we're going to
get
score
on their
2
back.
every game.
Well, pretty much record at the moment, unbelievable.
We could score 2 every game.
Yeah,
Newcastle fans score. If they go behind, they're going to get some passion behind them. Cool, they're going to give them some steam.
Yeah.
But Newcastle fans are notorious for walking off when it's not going well.
Yeah,
supposed to be these great fans, but they always walk off when it goes badly. You see a load of these ones when they're 2-0 down at half, even 2-0 down.
They start walked out, didn't they?
Oh, we were there. We were 2-0 there. One taking the mick, and God.
The Newcastle are notorious for it. They go 2-0 down and half them walk away, walk out the ground.
That's fine. Hopefully the players will see that. And
Please to happen.
Yeah. They love that. Away team would love seeing that.
Yeah.
How impressed are you? It's a silly question to ask. How impressed are you with Richarlison?
I am impressed. It's lovely having a player that runs at defenders nowadays. I've so over the years been so sick of just watching us trying to pass the ball into the back of the net. You just want someone like Pereira that will just have a shot for a change and one that's on target and not embarrassing that goes off for a throw-in or something. So it's nice. He's obviously got that raw talent. I'm not a massive fan of the whole theatrics and for as much as he is the most fouled, if that's still the stat, fouled player in the Premiership. Just get up sometimes. You don't need to hold your face all the time, and because a lot of times I think the referees are going to start getting wound up with it, and they're not going to blow the whistle. And while you're rolling around on the floor, desperately trying to prove your point, it starts getting to the point where we just need you to get up and start helping us out, because otherwise we're gonna. Was it Cavaselli that did that before?
Oh, the cramp.
Yeah, and just stopped and laid down on the floor, expecting the referee to blow up. They're not going to do that. No. And the more it goes on, the referees are going to be well aware of what he's like, and with the whole diving situation as well. It wasn't a dive, so that's why we can carry on. But everyone knows that it was touch and go for a little bit, and so they'll be looking out for it. So, just play football. He can play football. He knows that he's got his football boots now, so he's got no one pointing guns at his face.
That was the deal.
So some boots. He can, just play football and he'll be fine. He doesn't need to worry about all of the dramatics and holding his face and stuff like that. I'm just not a big fan of all that.
No, I can understand that. I agree. I just love his confidence with our second goal. You just knew he weren't going to pass it there. I've got nothing wrong with that. I love that. Even if you get tackled, so what? Put fear in their eyes. You're going to run at me. Oh my God. Who is this young lad destroying me at times? He's so direct. I love him.
Yeah, we've been wanted one of them who actually took the ball with him. We knew that player for years. We haven't had that.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't had that class level.
No, definitely, and I'm delighted. We've got Carrillo's got that in him, but he's just not showing it.
He just don't do it. Why?
But we know he's got it in him.
Yeah, I think Carrillo's already whereas Silva was quite happy to keep it all private and not let everyone know of his intentions or what he wanted. Carrillo has said he's here to show off what he can do so that he can go back home again to where was he from? Benfica. So that he can go back there and get in the first team.
Oh, really?
So I think I'm going by what I've read.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you never know.
But from what I understand, he's not intending on sticking around here.
Oh, okay.
He wants to go back home. So
going for a season.
Yeah, so he's one that may not be trying as hard as he could do if he gets put onto the bench. He's not sort of fighting for a position for a Premiership club that he wants to stay at. I think it's still a position that we need to look at in the transfer market.
Yeah.
Along with our defence, but we're not desperate for any positions, I don't think. And he's looked half decent when he's come on. I certainly don't have any concerns about him when he's playing. So.
The only concern I have with him, well, I'm not saying he's bad, but he pulls out of some challenges where he shouldn't. I saw it at Everton. Fair enough, it's not in defence. That's different. It's up the other end.
Right.
But he looks like he holds back sometimes for me. Yeah. It's a time where he should be full in. He sort of hangs back a bit.
When he's looking to go forward.
When he's looking to go forward, but sometimes for a challenge. When it's 50-50, he sort of I don't know if I want that one.
Possibly his decision making is a little bit slow because he's not as fast as we've got on the left. He tends to sort of slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I like it when him and Kiko are mixing up really quickly, and he hasn't got time to think about it. He just passes, gives and goes, and then like the ball ends up getting whipped in. But I find if he's more up front and Kiko's holding back to defend, then he's slowing it down a little bit. Yeah. He's not whipping it in. He's looking for options, and I don't know if that's possibly him holding back or not. But I think really we've got a positive team. I don't think there's any major issues there at the moment.
No. It's exciting being a Watford fan. You keep saying it, don't we, Paul?
I think it's exciting. Saturday's going to be 2-0. What do you reckon?
I would say 2-1. I think they could score against us, but I think we're definitely the better team.
Yeah, I'll go with 2-1. Yeah. I reckon they're going to nick a goal from somewhere. We'd probably be too busy arguing with the ref. Mind you, we ain't done that lately.
No. Well, we've got to wrap this up in a minute, but guys, just remember YouTube, Paul MUZZY. Go on YouTube, search him up, like, share, and subscribe. See all his videos, vlogs, absolutely brilliant. We'll keep on whoring his YouTube channel up every single week. It's absolutely brilliant. We've watched it, so we can justify like, sharing, and subscribing with him. And also the WD18 boys. Remember, Mr. G's Retro Rewind Sunday. It'll be on Sunday, so just before us. So Watford chat. Good 80s tunes. Boom. That's all you need, isn't it? Before you see us. Just remember, I'm not going to do the moves thing. Remember, even the milkman, like he says, well, I don't know what his milkman are like, but he tells them anyway. But just share, guys. You can even go on the other forums if you want. Got people who have not subscribed to our forum, get them on there to sit and watch the podcast, and obviously watch all the vlogs and the WD18 stuff we post on there as well, and all the latest news. Thanks, Dave Quick. Thank you very much, mate. And just keep sharing, guys. Let's get the word around. And just guys, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you ever so much for contributing. We do read all your comments. We'll be reading out as many more as we can. Just remember, Sunday, Deano's here, and Seren is on the sofa. So that's pretty much it. We'll see you Sunday, and like I say, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So it's good night from him.
It's good night from him.
Good night, guys. And safe journeys up to Newcastle.